old as myself, but it's no spring chicken either. But hello and welcome to Sullivan's Farm. Weather's broken at the moment. 'Tis a wet Sullivan's Farm these days, but it was a little bit better earlier in the week, and I made a start on a fencing job. We've a bit of repair and remedial work to be done in this corner after the bigger cattle went through it there last week. I'm only getting around to it now. They knocked the wire. There's sheep wire and barbed wire on top there. That's the ground I showed you before we planted in 2015. They pushed over this stake here, which was kind of rotten at the bottom anyway. And I hasten to add, it wasn't I put that stake in. It was the forestry company who did the planting for us. They either did it themselves or they got somebody else to do it, but I suppose what, 7 years, 8 years now, and stakes are rotten, so going in that way. I put up a temporary fence to keep them out of it there for a couple of days, but we need to do a more solid job now. That water truck is going to be moved as well. It is all going to happen in the future. So there's the water truck, but that's going up there into the corner at the entrance of the field. It'll just make it a little bit easier to manage. The first thing, I guess, really is to do like an uncle-in-law of mine used to say, leave the dog see the rabbit. So we'll let the dog see the rabbit first anyway and see what lies ahead and what needs to be done, and probably just take out those staples out of the stakes holding the wire on there and there. Some of them are busted already. And then we'll move the wire back a bit, do a bit of clearing there, maybe with the tractor and loader. Drive a few stakes, and Robert's your mother's brother then, is that what they say? I've all the old sayings today. There's very little I miss about the sheep, and I think the thing I'll miss least of all is fencing ahead of them and trying to be dragging sheep wire around the place. We have something of a line to work towards now, to work against, to secure the field again then, and the same, don't have to do any clear down that way, but straight line down here again to replace what was there originally. As I said, that was earlier in the week. I haven't been back to it since, apart from a half an hour there a while ago to line up the few stakes, drive that one, get ready for that one, disconnect the water truck, and it's just been a kind of a higgledy-piggledy week with the weather being wet. The off-farm job is busy, the young lads are off school, there's another water job going on, and a half dozen other things I can't even remember now. But we'll get around to it, like all these things. Whatever about us giving out about the weather and the rain and all that, the cattle certainly don't think about it or worry about it as much as we do anyway, and there's no fear of them. Not a care in the world. Where they're grazing here now, I thought I'd actually be cutting silage off in the last few days, depending on the weather, obviously, of course. But I did a grass walk earlier in the week there, and it kind of dawned on me there wasn't as much as I thought. So we had to slow down the rotation, or what passes for a rotation around here. So I set up the reel there the other evening, and they're slowly getting through about 1.5 acres here. But with the weather being wet, it was an easy enough decision, to be honest, to take this one out of the silage ground. I probably had too much stopped anyway. Maybe I was being a bit too ambitious, but all going well now. We're ready to rock. We're back on track with enough grass in front of them, and I know where their next 2 or 3 moves, the next 2 or 3 paddocks they're going to go into are, and we'll drive on from there. The weather doesn't bother me that much, it doesn't bother the cattle, but the one place where we could do with a bit of a break and a couple of dry days together is here in what we call the big field, where the fodder rape will be set. Now the grass is all headed out, it's gone heavy, it's starting to lodge in places, and I'm thinking ahead about setting the fodder rate. The sooner we can get that in, the better too. So if we could get a couple of days together, we'd be laughing then, all right. We're up here in the big field. This is the reseeded ground, so it's coming on well. I'm happy enough with it, and I guess I'm just trying to figure out in the next while now when to apply the post-emergence spray, the clover-safe post-emergence spray. Few docks here and there, but not too bad overall. That doesn't look great now. I should have picked out a better bit where there's no docks, but you can tell I planned this very well. We'll find someplace else, but yeah, that kind of answers my question. All right, I was going to ask if anybody has ever grazed the ground first, left it come back, and then applied the post-emergence spray, but I don't think there's any question of leaving it off and not applying it before cattle come in to graze it to catch as many docks and nettles and thistles. There's never too many thistles here anyway, but we'll do the post-emergence in the next couple of weeks when they're after coming strong, a bit stronger, and we'll catch them all then. The reseeding will obviously help with the docks and the nettles out there, and we got another machine, or a new machine, new to me, during the week as well. This thing, it's a Connor topper. It sits on slides, and we got that delivered during the week, so nearly ready to rock with it. It's not as old as myself, but it's no spring chicken either, but I'm happy with it. We need to sort out a shaft there for the power take off, but that's in the process of being sorted too, and we'll be flying then. It's on arm, so it goes behind the tractor, straight behind the tractor on the arms there, and there's just a couple of hoses then. It pushes it out to the side here, and away you go. You do a job on it. I can't wait to try it. I'm happy enough that the man that helped organise it, or the man that organised it, came along and put it on the tractor with me too, and he's a solid man to be dealing with, so thanks Davey for that. And hopefully in the next video we'll show you the machine in action. No, he's gone. There was a hare there taken off in the distance. I came out here to talk, or to show you the rushes that the topper will hopefully be taken care of as well. As far as I was concerned, there was a big clump in the middle of this field, the far off knock here, the far off side of the far off knock, and it was all rushes, and they were kind of up to that height on me. But I'm looking at it now, and that was all rushes, no grass. All that's happened out here is that the big cattle grazed the grass when it was long, so they must have, I don't know, laid on the rushes. I don't know if they'd eat them or not, but I'm just a bit surprised that wasn't the reason I was coming out here. And yeah, I don't know if there's something to that long grass, or regenerative grazing, or mob grazing, or whatever the smart lads call it, but I'm just delighted, just very surprised. All I was going to show you was like there's rushes here, and hopefully the topper will cut them and we'll manage that and all that kind of stuff. And then I was going to show you the grass that's coming back after the cattle grazed a bit, laid on a bit and left a bit, and it's doing well. It's doing very well. This hasn't got any fertilizer this year yet. It's been grazed 3 times maybe. The last time was the only time it was grazed when it was very long. I might throw a bit of 18-6-12 out here during the week when I get a chance, for a thing that was pretty much abandoned for the last 20 years. We're slowly making it. We're like the Bull McCabe, we're turning it into a field. Yeah, anyway, I'm just blown away by the rushes disappearing. So we finished the video in the sunshine again. Thanks a million for watching. If you have any experience of rushes apparently disappearing like that, throw it into the comments section below. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck. Bye.